market extremely volatile. I was just thinking what I'm going to say. No worries, you know exactly what I'm going to do. Smash the like button. So let's begin. Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. You know that it is what I'm going to tell now. As you can see that there is a news coming up later today. So let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have. There's a little bit of extreme volatility in the market because, as I mentioned, that there's a monthly and weekly coming together. So when there is a monthly and weekly together, there's always a volatility in the market. So the way we see that gold now looks like that, creating higher high and higher low on the local time frame. And I see already there is a message, is the gold will fall. Let's see. It is what it is doing. What I think that it might be going to a zone where you could be able to sell, and there is a news coming up, so I'll covering the news, and any trading opportunity will jump on the trade. Now before I begin this session, if you're completely new, this is Forex Wizard from Forex Trading Wizard Academy, your trading coach. So let's begin today's session with a great hope that we will be able to make good profit from the market, and I will be analyzing A to Z everything. So let's look at, first of all, as usual, begin with gold. Now gold, as you can see, all day long, almost up and down, up and down. Now at this point it has just crossed the daily high. Okay, so we had crossed the daily high, and after crossing the daily high is in fact tested this support as a resistance. What I think that after going little bit to the upside, we might see that gold may come down again. Now this is the 4-hour time frame, guys. Make sure that before I progress further, you give a big like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So what we have seen that in this movement on gold, so let's look at just had a great news, guys. So we see that gold has is slowly moving up to 20 EMA on the 4-hour. Now this is the movement so far this week. In 2 days we have seen a drop, a correction, a drop, and what I think that it might be going to a Fibonacci level of 61.8%. starting from here. Gold already, you can see, reverse from this level. Okay, now from that zone gold has been reversed, and we saw that there is the price is heading to 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is this one here. I think what it could do today is, during the news we might see some upward movement, and there is an important level here that I was looking at around 1969, which is the bottom of this candle. Okay, always keep in mind that a candle that normally start with an impulse, that candle are quite important for the end of the impulse, and we saw that in fact this is the support of that candle, okay, which is turning resistance here. And what I think that gold, because this is the also daily opening and closing zone with this green candle, you can see the price now just pushing high. Okay, it's got a a penetration to the upside, just crossed the 20 EMA on the 4-hour. What I think that after going there we could see some movement to the downside. Now looking at exactly on the 5 minutes to see what it could do to us. Okay, what I see that you can see yeah, there is a liquidity has triggered. Now you can see it might go little bit of push to the upside, and with that move, if we see, let's say 1969, okay, that could be a point where you could see that gold again bouncing back to the downside from this level. You see, when the price trigger liquidity, it normally has a big move, and you can see that's currently just getting a strong movement to the upside. Okay, so we'll look at it, what it is going to do here. Very extremely volatile market. Okay, so with that being said, okay, what I think that you can see, this is the support here, which is term resistance, and this candle still have 1 hour 20 minutes to go. Okay, what I think that yeah, it's heading to 1969 level, and you can see that gold has formed, and from this support we see the market is going up. Let's figure out actually for the short term basis, because we will be looking to trade for short term basis, where we can see the gold is heading. Now you can see there was a double top, the price has come. Now bigger picture, gold is bullish, but for short term, as we have seen this movement, what I think that for the short term picture, we should see bearish movement on gold. Already there is an impulse, you can see in that zone, and with that impulse, okay, so the market has formed from the support. Okay, there is a big bull move happen, and what I think you can see, this is the very important level of support. This is 15-minute chart, and with that 15-minute chart, from this support here, which is turning resistance, if we see a very strong rejection from here, we might be able to open short-term sell position on gold. From the 4-hour, we saw that the price already created a significant movement to the upside. Okay, 1 hour, so from the daily, okay, so far we saw that today initially has gone up, has come back down again. The price is heading to the upside. A very crucial question is that what is likely to happen? Is the gold coming down, or it is continuing to the upside? What I think that this market is still bearish. What I think, it might go up even to this level. Okay, because if you look at the weekly, you can see weekly opening and close zone can be retested. Okay, now it is possible for the price to test this weekly opening and closing zone, okay, where there is a huge liquidity here. Okay, and yeah, it is possible for the price to test this zone from the lower time frame perspective. So let's see how it does. From the 15 minutes, we see that gold has a big spike to the upside. Okay, all right guys, let me look at, hello, thank you for joining, good afternoon, thank you. Gold fall, yeah, we'll look at it. Greg, thank you for joining. Usdjpy, here we'll look at it. See, the gold is forming a long wick candle now on the lower time frame. 65.72 zone. Yeah, 65.72 zone. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But because you see that the price has formed a series of, now you know, when I see this kind of market, I'm just a bit cautious on selling, because at the end of the day, market structure will tell you the direction. So the market structure, if you look at here, okay, it was up to here, it was bearish. You see that when we were doing our London session, it was, let me show you, it was like that, right? It was a bearish structure, right? Now it has come to this level, created a double bottom, and then has gone up. So once it created a double bottom, has gone up, now this market structure became like this, became like this. You see, series of higher low. So when series of higher low, I just sometimes a little bit of cautious on selling. So that's why we open just a buy position on gold and closed it, because there is a news close to it, little profit. And what I'm expecting now to see, in fact, how this market structure is forming, because this is in fact a very interesting price action pattern here on gold. Series of higher low. Okay, you know, when I see this market structure like that, so I started discussed, okay, that is where the, you know, good amount of selling comes in the place. So we see that from the market structure, this is still in that zone now. From the 1 hour, you can see there is a double bottom has formed, and then the market has gone to the upside. So it is now a little bit up to see which way it will be heading. So far, lower time frame showing some bullish move, okay, but the price in a zone, as you can see, it's a vertical move to the upside. So you could see some pullback, but if you look at daily, this is the dotted line is, you know, in the middle, buying or selling will not be a good idea always. You can see this is the weekly opening and closing zone, okay, 1976, 1978, because the price has a bounce from the weekly support. What I think that now this market will go ahead and test the weekly opening and closing zone, okay? Why? Because the important factor here is where the market has a bounced from, okay? Is that bounced from a daily support or weekly support? Based on where it has bounced from, we will see the market create a move. Now looking at the monthly, okay, we saw that 3 days later there is a monthly candle is coming up to close, and we saw that from the weekly there is a bounce from the support. What I think now, the bulls will try to break the weekly high. As I mentioned earlier, today there is a station in the market where the price will be heading. If you closely look at the gold, this is the weekly chart, and because the market has a bounce from the support on the weekly, highly likely it will try to break the weekly opening and closing or the weekly high, and from that zone we could see that again selling pressure coming. So 1976 to 78 could be a very important area for from the bigger picture. But from the lower time frame, you can see that there is already intraday candle has crossed to the upside, okay, from the 1 hour. So we see that 15 minutes, okay. So the way it has formed, for me, I think that it will now go bullish for short term, like to this weekly resistance level. Okay, now to be can't blindly buy, what we need now is in this 15 minutes time frame or in the 5 minutes, a nice looking structure. Okay, bullish structure with couple of false breakout candle. In this, throughout the session, we will be looking for, as the news is coming, it will, it might has a spike to the upside. That there is a news coming up later today. If you look at the Forex factory, look at the calendar. Okay, so we can see that 1 a.m. Sydney time, which we will be covering here, just 1 hour 10 minutes. Let's see. I think that before news we might see that significant bullish move coming on gold. So let's see if we can find a bullish trading opportunity in this market. So to do that, let it create couple of false breakout. Okay, and then we'll look for potential bullish trading opportunity in this market. The way it has formed, I think that it will go up further. Okay, let it first drop and create a couple of false breakout in that direction. Okay, and once it will form a strong solid bullish market structure, we will be looking to go long on this one. Okay, so this is the plan, that we'll look for potential trading opportunity. Let this candle 1 hour close and let it come down to test this level, and then we'll look for potential if there is any opportunity coming up. If it is, we say that strong reversal happen, then we might be selling based on how the candle close here, structure form here. I will explain, and then we'll look for, if there is any opportunity, we'll look for entry. Now in the meantime, let's look at other instrument. We see the Gbpusd. We were long on Gbpusd, which is coming for a pullback. Let's see what it does. Yeah, thank you. Gbpjpy and Sako. Hello coach, thank you Sako. Molly Case, good afternoon coach. Kakulan, thank you Kakulan for joining. Okay, so let's find out what's happening with euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar, we saw previous session has formed a narrow doji, and with that narrow doji formation, euro dollar has a big bounce to the upside. Okay, a big bounce, and it has crossed the high. Okay, the way it has formed the price action euro dollar. Now if we look at the daily, we see that euro dollar is still maintaining a bullish market structure. From the daily, there is an impulse, okay, followed by a correction. We see that euro dollar is in another impulsive phase from the daily time frame. Now if I look at the monthly, we can see that euro dollar from the monthly perspective, after breaking the previous monthly low, okay, in that zone, has formed this so far strongly bullish market structure. Now you can see that this market, it's forming kind of inverted head and shoulder. So not kind of, it's in inverted head and shoulder. And from here, what I see that if you look at the overall picture, what you see, euro dollar, there's one thing that I think, for very longer picture perspective, euro dollar might be going to this level where there is, let me draw that. It's a very bigger picture perspective. You know why I have drawn this? You can see that euro dollar, this is the monthly chart, there is a double top formation here. Okay, now with that double top formation, euro dollar has a big bounce, big drop, and then we saw that from this very lower price, euro dollar has broken to the upside, and it has broken, in fact, what the heck is going on here? Okay, in fact, what we see that euro dollar has broken this resistance zone, Okay, so with that resistance, the price has broken this level. This is a quite significant level, as you can see in this whole movement. Okay, there is only one red candle here, okay, which is not related to the movement, can provide a strong liquidity. And we saw that the price initially has broken that, has closed below this month's after grabbing the liquidity. Now always keep in mind that when the market normally does this, let's say you see there is a long wick here and there's a short wick here, and when the price normally, okay, break this low and respect this high, this is a sign of bigger movement. Okay, let me show you a couple of examples. Let's see the gold. If you look at it, you see that exactly the same situation. When the price break these two, like the breaks the one and respect the other one, there is a lot of liquidity here, and that move normally initiates a couple of candles to the upside or downside. So these are the subtle things that I look for when I decide the market is it going to go a lot or just for a short-term movement. And this is in fact a very important thing that if you want to, like, sometimes very little things will give you a very good idea of the market, because it's not in fact a little thing. Because if you see that there is a couple of pip moves, is the monthly chart, and let me show you how many pip. So it's around 16 pip below this monthly low. And to move a 16 pip, if you place $1 million on the market, you can't move 2 pip, 3 pip. So there is a lot of volume in that zone. And so with that said, what we saw that euro dollar has this bounce. Now with that bounce, I think that slowly, this is a longer term picture that we are discussing, and then we'll look at the short term picture. I think that euro dollar will be heading to that low, confirming an inverted head and shoulder, and the price is going to the resistance zone to test this support neckline of this double top as a resistance, and from there we could see that euro dollar again coming back down. So looking at weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is what exactly expected in the weekly forex forecast. You can see there is a doji here, a shooting star after this back-to-back two dojis, the green doji, which is a clean bullish price action. And what I think that euro dollar might continue to rise to the upside, okay, in this direction, and it could continue to rise as we have already drawn a long-term picture. If I look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the nearest very important level that I see on the weekly could be tested in that movement. And I think that because there is a monthly close coming, there could be drastic move, stronger move, big move, and then hit that level and then coming back down, which is very possible to happen. Now if I look at the daily, now from the daily, very typical bullish market structure, and I think that euro dollar might be, it could be a little bit bigger move, and it is a long-term change in trend, because the way it has formed the price action, this is the daily chart, and daily chart is quite significant. And the way euro dollar has formed this daily chart here, okay, now this daily chart, you can see there is a triple bottom, and we saw there is a lot of manipulation happening in that zone. The price grab the liquidity, okay, and then form this movement to the upside, a big move, correction, it is in another move. So normally an impulse correction is another impulsive phase. So with that being said, what I think that euro dollar may continue to rise and in the first move what I think that it might hit that resistance zone, and you see there is a triple bottom here. With the triple bottom formation, euro dollar has made this move to the upside. Okay, so with that said, now let's jump onto the further lower time frame on the intraday. From the intraday perspective, we see that euro dollar after the previous sessions doji has initiated this movement to the upside, a big move. Okay, so for the next move what I need, you can see this candle is going to close just now. We need what I think that it might continue to rise, but a little bit of pullback on the lower time frame will give us an entry opportunity. Let's look at the 15 minutes chart to see what it might do. There is a candle close coming. Let me look at all of them to see. Let me see who is doing what so that you exactly know. Okay, so what I see, GBP and ZD. Against the trend, GBP and ZD has formed a bearish candle that has a liquidity, but it's against the trend. Okay, gold also has, let me see this one. Okay, gold now reversing back from this level. Let's see on the scalping trade on gold. Entry. So you see that dollar CAD has formed a very strong bearish price action. Okay, so there is a bearish candle on dollar CAD. Okay, USD CAD, you can see from this 20 EMA has a strongly rejected. So USD CAD has formed a strong bearish price action. Okay, I think that dollar CAD might have a little drop. Okay, because you see this is the weekly candle. After the previous weekly doji, this candle has started to drop, and I think this market might be coming to this zone where there is a support level here with this top of this doji. So dollar CAD is highly bearish. Okay, what I see the NASDAQ. NASDAQ and US30. So there, US30 has formed a long bearish candle, but this is against the trend. Okay, so I will be happy if the NASDAQ and US30 coming down for deeper retracement and then to give us potential buying opportunity. Then only I will be looking for an opportunity. So you saw that gold, after testing this level, there is a big rejection. Let's see how it does. If we see that clean reversal, then we might be able to look for potential selling opportunity. But if we see that, let's say the market has formed a very strong bullish price action again, then we can look for. Now this is the intraday candle, and this one, as soon as this candle will close, there will be news. Okay, it's a very important thing that we need to keep in mind, and that news might make a very volatile situation on gold. Okay, so what I have seen so far is that DXY is still showing weakness. Okay, if you look at the DXY, this market on DXY, we saw that there is another liquidity gap here. The way DXY is forming is still bearish. Okay, that means that you can see this market here, because DXY will give you a very clear direction of which way the market is heading. And we see the DXY respecting the support and resistance, and we can expect this market to continue to drop, and I think it will drop. DXY will continue to drop. Okay, so with that DXY, drop in DXY, we could see that euro dollar and gold. Okay, because we saw that gold and DXY was moving in the same direction. So let's see how it does. I will be looking at it. In the meantime, let me know which one you are at, guys, so that I know exactly what you are up to. Expecting gold to reach, do you think, coach? Yes. Yeah, I think so. You can see that gold already had a spike to the upside. Okay, with that spike, so you have been bullish from yesterday. Explain GBP UD, absolutely. CJPY, I will look at it. So what is strategy you need to do? Fazil, so what is strategy used to predict gold in such an accurate way? Can you help us? No, yeah, of course. See, knowledge is transferable. Okay, what I have, I definitely definitely here to give you. There is something, I'm just being fully honest with you. Some gain has come from pain. So in fact, it is said that there is no gain without pain. As I mentioned when I started trading, okay, I'll tell you, everyone really want to be a trader, okay. I'll tell you something that will change your life as a trader. If you really want to change your life, then I'll recommend you to pay attention and see what I'm saying. I'm telling from the heart, okay. Firstly, let me tell you what as I mentioned, that there is no gain without pain. This is the truth, and the wise man says this. Now, I lost a big money when I started trading gold, and that got me a very, very emotional pain. That I was watching the chart day after day after day, and where I live is New York session and London. You can see in my PC, I don't know, you can see it's now 12:10 a.m. and I'm a night wolf. You see that whole night I sleep 3-4 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 5 a.m. in the morning, and every day like this. So it became like this because day after day I just watch the chart to learn how the market moves, because the loss that I have from trading is in fact a big loss, and not because of the loss, because I love trading. I'm a trader, from very early age. When I was very young, I was drawn to this kind of trading, this kind of stuff. So it's my passion, okay. It's not that I had that loss because of that I started. It's my passion. I love this, and that's why I get so much energy, because when you love something, you get lots of energy to do that, and that's huge. You can't believe how much energy I can put behind this trading work, content creating, and all of them. And being a CEO and founder of this academy, leading a big team, and everything coming from me, but still I keep track on everything. You see that I never miss, except long ago. Every single day I'm on time. How do I do that? Because I love this. Now let me tell you something that will change your life completely, is that to be a trader, okay, if you really want to know that how I predict the market exactly in the point, it's not that much of important for you. Trust me. You don't have to predict the market with exactly like me. What you can do that, absolutely everyone have that ability, but what I think that the most important for a trader is to be profitable, okay. And to be profitable, okay, you don't need bunch of indicator on your chart. You don't need, you need good strategy. Let's say, for example, I tell my student, learn TF strategy, trend following, because it's the best strategy, trading with the trend. You need to master one or two strategy in different, let's say, understanding the market. How many of you can ride bike or car? For example, you can ride car, right? You can drive car. Now let's say you have a driving car for 5 years of experience. Now if I give you an unknown city to drive car, you easily can drive. Do you think that you have any issue? Not at all, because you know the road sign, you know when to stop, you know how to press the brake, you know how to take the right turn, left turn. Doesn't matter, you know the city or no, you can drive easily, can move on. Trading is like this. So what you need to do, you need to understand the language of the market, the secret. So what is the secret is, as I told you before also, that the secret of the universe is energy, frequency, and vibration. according to Nikola Tesla. The secret of the market is market structure, liquidity, and price action. These are the three things that if you can master, you can learn, you can become a profitable trader. The next thing, that the biggest struggle for a trader is not any of these that we so far discussed, is the overcoming our own self. How do you overcome your own self? Let me tell you. First of all, let's go to the technical part, and then we'll talk about the psychology part. First of all, how do you read the market? For example, the market will go either up or down or sideways. Okay, first thing. Now, how does a market moves to the upside? Creating series of higher high, higher low. This is a language of the market. In an uptrending market, the market will move like this. In a downtrend, the market will move like this. Okay, creating series of lower high and lower low. In a sideways market, the market will move like this. Okay, this is the thing. Now, next thing is, when the market is doing like that, okay, when does it is reversing? To reverse a market, it leaves some symptom. Okay, for example, a trend will suddenly will not end. It will do some, can say that, some kind of pattern it will develop, and then will move. So like this, there are some language, and that's why it comes to enrolling a course. That's why this course is created, so that everything is compacted in one place, that a trader can speed up. Because if you randomly search, you might be missing the puzzle. So this is another thing that the psychology part is no one can teach you, is about becoming a trader. Okay, so to become a trader, you need to understand how a trader makes money. Okay, how a trader makes money. Firstly, do you get offended when you have a losing trade, or do you get upset? Well, it's okay to be upset, but does this affect your trading? When you get let's say you had a losing trade, how do you like, you need to ask question, creating a self-awareness. For example, what do you do when you have a losing trade? Let's say you had a losing trade. Next, do you create an awareness to see how what do you do? If you feel like that you are acting because you are doing a trade or taking more trades because you had a losing trade, you need to recover. That means that you need to work on it. Okay, it's because of the emotional response that you have. Everything is emotion. Okay, now you cannot control your emotion. Okay, controlling is not that much of healthy word, that I think. You can be resilient to emotion. That's the key points. Okay, so to be a profitable, learn the language and become resilient to emotion. So how do you become resilient to emotion? Is by letting emotion to come to you and be with it. Okay, for example, how a person becomes superhuman is by becoming resilient to emotion. That's only the way. How do you become? For example, when you have any kind of emotion of fear, or any kind of emotion that is affecting your trading, greed or any kind of emotion, you can't control it. If you control, then what will happen is that you are putting band-aid on it. You are pushing it to the deep into the unconscious. Then how do you be? The only way is to be resilient. Okay, there is a big difference between emotional control and being emotionally resilient. So when you control, you push it to the other sides. How do you do that? By being distracted. Then you push that emotion into the unconscious. Okay, and once you push something into the unconscious, let's say emotion is arising and you distracted, then you push that emotion into the unconscious, and it will play out. It will never go. Okay, everything we place into the unconscious, it will be there forever, and it will play in another way around. That's why it is so hard for a trader to be a profitable. Then how can you become emotionally resilient? Is by being present with that emotion and creating a self-awareness. It's like, and there is a treasure inside it. You know, let's say you are swimming on top of the water, and there is a deep beneath, there is a surface, okay, and there's a treasure here, okay. So when you try to take that treasure, there will be some bubble will come up, okay. That bubble is unpleasant emotion. So if you let that be with you, then you can get the treasure. There's always a treasure into the unconscious. So that being present with the emotion will make you resilient, and next time that emotion will not impact you that had in the first time. And that's how one can become master of their own emotion. So once you master of your emotion, once you know the market, once you can read the market, you gain freedom. Okay, that's called the freedom. Gain freedom means you say your boss, bye bye boss. I said the same thing. Okay, I said my boss, probably my boss also watching, I don't know. I said my boss that it's a big freedom, isn't it, being able to say bye bye. I said my boss that, okay, one day I'm gonna open a bigger company than you, and I did that. Okay, you can do that too, because this is what being able to free from anything else, by becoming what you want to become, and you can become too. Okay, so that's the main goal here. Hi coach, thank you. Explain gold, thank you. And Shivan Media, good afternoon, thank you, good afternoon. $yen. Also, there is a free Telegram channel link given in the chat. You can use that free Telegram channel link to join for all the updates that we are leaving on the free Telegram channel. And also you can, if you want to join us, you can, there's a link in the description. You can visit the website to become an independent trader. NASDAQ, okay, so look at NASDAQ as well. $yen, yeah, absolutely, look at it. Doing good day. Great job, Gordon Matthew, well done. This is what I need, you know. Absolutely, thank you. This is what I need, guys. Good job taking a good trade and being feel, you know, in the beginning a little bit of, you know, setbacks comes, but over time you will understand and you become the one that you want to be. So any setup practice for beginner, should you start within? Yeah, so I would recommend pure price action, because price action is the king. Okay, is everything. Market structure, price action, you know, the trading is all about, let's say in the past time, if you go to the time of JC Livermore, he started in a village. There is they call the pot shop. So pot, they bring something with the pot, and they draw on the wall. There is a blackboard or whiteboard, and they place their trade there. It's really interesting. And there was no indicator at that time, right? So there was a people there sitting on the table, okay, raising their hand. There was no forex, this is stock, but same thing. And this is how they traded, right? So they saw people, they could saw people. Now we see candles. So these candles you can imagine as people, right? These are people. The red people are seller, green people are buyer. Now imagination is very important in, I think that in every area, even in trading, it's very important. This is some of you ask me that how do I predict that accurately. This price action is from the imagination. Imagination is the key. Yeah, imagination, everything, okay? Not only in trading, in every aspect of our life. So I imagine that what is going to happen next based on the current market situation, and I play out many different scenario in my head and see that which one is likely to happen, and then I play out. Not always right, but this is how I do, okay? I close my eyes and replay the future on the chart, that what could happen in that situation. The one best suit me, I just go for it, and that's how most of the things work. So you can develop this over time, because let's say if you do certain things over and over again, creativity automatically will develop in your head, because our brain is very good at reading patterns, okay, understanding patterns, predicting the future. Only human being have this capacity. So you have a brain, every animal has this, only the middle brain, that is the reptilian brain. Only human being has this frontal lobe, okay? So this frontal lobe generates the consciousness. That is the brain that can predict or interpret the future. No other animal or no other things can do that. So this is where we are very advanced in this universe, that we have this frontal lobe, this front brain. So you can use that, everyone have that, and that's where everything comes from, all the decision and everything. Good day, coach. How about like for video that content he's putting? Thank you, William. You are amazing. Thanks for your invitation. Awesome. Thank you. Dollar yen falling knife and double bottom. Yeah, we'll look at it. Thank you very much. Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and buy dollar yen. Thank you very much. I have learned something today. Thank you, master. Trader Mant, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your support. I was in sell morning, but how it looked like sell. Thank you. I'll look at it. Dollar yen target. Thank you. So thank you very much. Hey coach, kindly suggest what should I do? I'm selling from 1952. So you're selling from 1952. So that means that you are on drawdown. 1952. It's very low. So you're selling from 1952. Okay, if you are lucky enough, we could see drop. Okay. If gold drops, it could even come to this daily 20 EMA. So based on your situation, you need to manage the trade, but I think that we should see some, because you see that gold from this moving average, which is the 10 EMA, okay, this is why we saw this bounce up from 1951, is because the gold has touched this 10-20 period moving average, which has created this bounce, okay. Please Aussie yen, absolutely. So looking at Aussie yen, I was thinking that one also. So Aussie yen from the okay, so monthly we can see that there is a Aussie yen already has formed, there has been a strong drop on Aussie yen starting from this monthly. There is a big you can see there's a big impulse on the monthly, followed by this correction. We have seen another impulse. So we see that with that rejection, we see from the weekly, Aussie yen has a big, there is a big impulse followed a narrow. This week so far the price is in a narrow area. So what I think that if you look at the daily, this market a little bit of a long wick candle creating, but it's still bearish market. So we see that Aussie yen currently on the lower time frame in a sideway. Okay, so for me to open a position on Aussie yen, I don't see this is a very impressive situation now on Aussie yen. So we could see, I think that we could see a little bit of up move. It might try to test this daily 20 EMA. Yeah, from the weekly there has been a substantial drop. We could see some movement to the upside on Aussie yen. Okay, so I will not be that much of very impressive on this one. Okay, I'll keep that aside because it's a choppy, very choppy market. Okay, let's go back to the gold again. We see that gold after this 20 EMA, okay, what we see that gold now has there has been liquidity trigger here. After, because there is a news coming up on gold, okay, on USD on 1 o'clock. Okay, I'll really look to see how this news candle is forming. We'll cover it up here, but to me I think 15 minutes will be the good time frame to look at on gold now. So from here we might see now a little bit of bullish move. So if we look at this 15 minutes chart, yeah, gold market, we will see that how the news is being released, and then after the news it will really clearly show a direction in the market on the lower time frame. So half an hour later on USD news we'll look at to see how it might be doing on the news, then we'll look for trading opportunity. In the meantime, we see that let's see what's happening with euro dollar. Now euro dollar, we saw that after this doji, I think that now you see this market has gone up from here, okay, with this big move. Now it will come back down here. What I think, euro dollar will break this low of the doji, and then from here we might see from this 20 EMA after the news we could see that euro dollar again going to the upside. So yeah, there is a probability for euro dollar now. I think that it will even come back to the daily opening and closing zone, okay, to test this level. This is the neckline. Euro dollar has left this neckline, this previous resistance here, okay, this doji turn support. I think now for short term, before the news we could see a drop on euro dollar, and then from here we could see that euro dollar again going to the upside. Okay, so from the daily we can see this market is likely to be So we could see, because the market moves like that in majority of the case, you know, this is where the puzzle always happens. So in most of the time you'll see the market will move like this. So let's say in one session, you see the 1 or 2 session, the market will go up, will create a high. In the next session you'll see the reversal, and then you'll see again movement. In very few cases you'll see that all session the price is going up. Sometimes happens, but in majority of the time the market moves like that. So you see that euro dollar already has created a movement. Now it might come to the daily support level, okay, and from that zone, let me delete, then we'll see. From this daily support level, what I think that euro dollar then will have a bounce after the news. You'll see that. Okay, so if we see during the news euro dollar is dropping here on the lower time frame, we'll look for potential trading opportunity. Okay, any one of this USD pair after news, if we see that good candle, we will be looking to go long or short based on the price, you know, current time price action. GBP CHF, we see the GBP pairs showing. So GBP CHF has formed a middleman here. Let me look at how it does. Okay, there is a big bull candle on the daily. I think this market will reverse now to the upside. This is a nice looking middleman on GBP CHF. Could go long on GBP CHF. It's already gone. There's a middleman has formed on GBP CHF, you can see, and with that middleman the price in fact has broken out of this inverted head and shoulder, has broken to the upside. Now with that inverted head and shoulder has broken out, and this middleman in fact disconnected from this inverted head and shoulder. I think this one will continue to rise in this direction. GBP CHF looks like that, showing bullish move only on dollar yen. Yeah, gold is still on 38.2, risky to sell. I think we must win. Okay, sir, I predicting on possibility that gold could be further uptrend to 1966, hoping to scalp. Is there anything? Yeah, anything can happen. So there is another aspect of, you know, predicting the market is, see, predicting means is a probability. Okay, there is something that we need to, you know, understand, is that prediction is a probability. So understanding probability is very, you know, so what is a probability is like, what is in fact a probability? Let me know in the chat first. I want to know from you, what is a probability? So predicting means you are not in certainty, you are in probability, and then you can, you know, that's why you know, we feel like that, okay, this is a word, why do I need to know? But understanding probability really will change a big you know, change in our brain, because all the decision, as I told you, all of the decision comes from our brain based on how we see things are. For example, if I tell you, like, let's say, if you don't think in terms of probability, if you jump on a conclusion for anything, okay, then what will happen is that based on your emotional circumstances or based on your emotional state, at some point, because let's say if you are a trader, to be a trader you need to trade a lot of time, right? Let's say you need to trade a year of time, and that 1 year that you will be trading will never be smooth. No one's life is smooth, no matter where you are, more or less. There could be something that affect our day-to-day life. So what will happen is that, let's say, based on your emotional state, if you predict, like if you go to conclusion, like a mind, the way our brain and mind work, like black and white, always we think either this and that. Then let's say one day, let's say you think that, okay, the market will go up from here. Now if you don't think as a probability, but if you take it as a conclusion, then there will be a day that you may not, not in a good mood or something. Our life is like this, no matter where we are. Then your emotion will trigger you to take a trade is not there, because if you conclude that the market will go there and you start to think that, okay, gold market is here, the market will go there. Once you conclude it, your brain will tell you to take a big lot size. This is how brain works, because brain will tell, okay, the gold will go there is sure, then if I buy 10 lot, I can buy my house tomorrow, or I can buy the car that I'm dreaming for tomorrow. Why should I wait? Let's buy 10 lot. And that is where everything happens. So that's why jumping on a conclusion is always, not only in this trading, probability is applicable everywhere. Can you stay, let's say, can you stay in between yes or no, or in between black and white, or in between probably, like, true or false? Can you stay in between? I know that because our mind is always think of black and white. This is how we conditioned from very early. So that's why you need to reprogram your mind, rewire your brain to think in terms of probability. So what is in terms of probability? Let's say if I take a box, okay, this is a Schrodinger's quantum physicist, Schrodinger's thought experiment. He said that, let's say in a box there's a cat, okay, I know that it's a horrible cat, it's like a human like cat, okay, so there is a cat inside the box. It's like a pig now, okay. So in that box the cat is there. Now once the box is closed, the question is, what will be the situation with the cat? So by thinking this, you will understand actually probability. Now our mind inherently will go to conclusion. You start to ask more question. How many days? When did he put it? You might say, okay, if someone says it's now a month, and you go to the conclusion the cat is dead. 1 month it can't be alive, it's impossible. Say that, okay, 5 minutes earlier, you say, of course it's alive. In 5 minutes time, why it should go? Okay, and then we start to argue sometime. Let's say, for example, Mr. X said that no, in 5 minutes ago it should be dead because it can't breathe, and Mr. Y said that, okay, no, can't be dead in 5 minutes, and they start to fight each other. That is because you go to the conclusion and we are certain about something, and then we fight. So this is the brain, that our brain works that way. And the probability is like not going to the conclusion but being in the probability. And according to Schrodinger, he says that the cat can be dead and alive at the same time. You see, this is how the probability works. So if you can reprogram your brain that way, that can be dead and live at the same time. Okay, now the quantum field is like this. If you go to the quantum field, the quantum world is world of probability. Okay, this is the true essence of reality, is that all things exist at the same time. So that's why it comes to probability. When you understand probability, you understand the reality, the nature of reality. We think that what we see, what we experience, this is the only the reality, but at the same time there is an infinite number of reality available. Based on your choice, you choose to one reality to the other. It's like a shelf, let's say supermarket shelf. All the things are given there and you choose which one you need and you be on that. So this is how the probability works. So then how do you apply in your trading? Let's say you might say, okay, it's a bit complex, I don't understand, but how do I apply in trading? The way you will apply in trading, always you are sure that the gold market will go up. Back of the mind, you have to keep that the gold market might drop. Okay, so you have to be both belief you have to keep at the same time, so that your brain not giving you a signal to buy a big lot. You know that you are very confident gold will go up, but at the same time you manage your risk, because hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's the way a trader trade. And if you can rewire your brain, then if you can create that habit of doing, then once you become a master, you can do anything. Okay, like that time you can take a risk. I do take risk. I do some, trust me, I do take some big risk in trading, and I always successful on it. That's why I'm telling you, there will be a time that 5 pip will give you the whole month income. Okay, this is what I sometimes do. I take a big risk and then take a big profit from the market. Done. Right, I don't have, because to do that, developing patience is key. Okay, because to take a risk like that, you have to be very confident on your prediction. Okay, that let's say the market will drop from here 10 pip, I am 100% sure, and then with that 10 pip drop, the trade you took, it will create a big impact inside you, and you have to be able to handle that. And at the same time, if you, let's say, risk everything you have for this 10 pip, that will not, the emotion will not hold. So I take big risk, but at the same time I'm always in the safe side, because I know that anything can happen and it will not ruin anything that I have, but I am very confident. So there's a lot of things that you can develop over time once you become master. That's why it is important that you give yourself some time. In the beginning, only risk management. Okay, learn, focus on learning, become a good trader, and there will be, door will open over time. So this is how that's I think, and hopefully that you are, you will be on that path. But make sure that never go to the dead end, like, losing everything and not being able to come back. Always trade in a smaller account. Okay, always trade in a smaller account that you can afford, if in case any risk happens in your trading. And keep in mind, everything I'm saying here is only for educational purpose, and everything is my own opinion. Everyone's psychology, trading style is different. So what I'm saying is my own experience. It may not be suitable for you. I'm a trader. I'm not any kind of financial advisor. So make sure that you take the disclaimer as well. So everyone's is different. Some of us very good in risk, some about risk aversion. So it depends on your trading psychology, but everyone has the ability to be a profitable trader. Keep in mind. So let's look at now some other instrument. We saw that GJ has a nice looking pattern, that I think that GJ might be going to be bullish probably. This market is just, you know, moving around this area. Okay, so just looking at to see there is some candle closing on US oil. There's one US30. Dollar USD CHF. If we look at the monthly on dollar Swiss franc, now this is a long term, which there's a big monthly rejection, and looking at the weekly we can see that dollar Swiss franc, what I see that from here guys, this is a support level here. Okay, so with that support, The price is breaking out of the resistance level on USD CHF, so we could see some good movement on this instrument. If I look at the bigger picture, dollar Swiss franc, looking at the weekly, I think that dollar Swiss franc, now you can see there is a weekly red candle. The price already has tested the lower part. Now we might see that this market might be testing this resistance zone here. Okay, so we might see some short-term bullish move, but at the same time price on a resistance level. So if we see that dollar Swiss franc is coming down here, the way that this candle has formed, which are very strongly bullish candle, okay. Yeah, I think USD CHF, you can see it has one kind of inverted head and shoulder, and I think that this market might come down a little bit, grab liquidity, and from here we could see that this market might be going up for short term. Based on how the price action form, we can decide, but now it is in a liquidity zone. Okay, so normally the price moves from, as you know, from liquidity to liquidity, so it is in a liquidity zone. We could see some short-term movement to the downside. Let's look at the news, what happened with that. Okay, we see that there's only 5 minutes remaining. Okay, so news will really give us a direction in the market. Let me look at all of them in the before the news to see what actually market is doing. Gbpusd CHF was the best one that in all of them. There was a middleman, you can see, discussed, and I think that this market will move up, but this one I missed it when I was talking. If I saw that, I would go long on this one. There is a middleman here, nice looking inverted head and shoulder, though I missed, but it's a good trade. You can learn from it. You can see there's a shooting star and then middleman, and the price is pushing high, okay, which is very interesting. So NZD CHF as well as Gbpusd CHF both are moving. So there's an inverted head, and both of them. So CHF pairs looks like that, like CHF getting weaker, and most of the pair against CHF is getting stronger. So because of that USD CHF, GBP CHF, NZD CHF, we see that there is a significant drop. So there is a news coming. Let's see how it affect the gold. We'll look at the lower time frame to see in fact what's happening with gold. Okay, we saw that there's a news being released. So if we see a strong false breakout on the 5 minutes, we will take a trade on gold. So see what's happened. So 1 o'clock. So let's see how it impact the gold. Okay, it looks like that gold is trying to be bearish. So if we see a long candle here, rejection from top, and then we look for selling. We saw candle closed on gold. Okay, so we saw that CV consumer confidence, which is positive for a bit more than expected. So actual is bigger than forecast, so which is good for dollar. Now that means that DXY, you can see, could be bullish a little bit, but as you know that as always we saw that's why there is a rejection from the bottom. But DXY so far we see that was bearish. We might see some short-term strengthening coming on DXY. So with that, let's see how it affect the gold. As you have seen that DXY so far was moving with the gold. Let's see today what it is trying to do. I think that maybe from that news looks like that. Gold might be, until we see really a clean false breakout either from the top or from the bottom, might be difficult to predict the market. Okay, so there is a liquidity gap from here, so which is a sign of being bullish. Now that bullish could lead, let me see, so one candle is not enough. There's a doji form firstly here. Okay, now this one we saw that had crossed this high. Which way is breaking will really determine, because this is structure. Okay, the way it has formed, it could break this way or it could break that way, depending on which way it is grabbing liquidity. Now you can see the price just has crossed this doji's high and then created this candle. Let's see what it is trying to do. It's 5-minute chart. I think that, okay, the way I see it might be dropping. Okay, gold might be dropping. The way I see, looks to me that gold may drop, but before it drop, let it, there is already one liquidity gap here. Okay, yeah, I think it will might break to the downside. I'll be really happy to sell just to make a big long candle here and to give us a pin bar that we can sell. Okay, so we formed this 5-minute chart. Now based on how it will do here, if it continues to drop, then it could be that massive drop. To me, it's bearish, okay, so far. Because this kind of structure that we see is a bearish structure. Price normally when cannot find enough fuel, then it form like that for a drop. So we saw there is a retest of 20 EMA on the 15 minutes. So there is a probability for the price to test this 4-hour 20 EMA again. Let's draw a line there and let's see if we see the market has gone there, grab liquidity, and then if we see this market, let's say, has crossed this high, has given us a pin bar, I'll be selling on the 5 minutes. Okay, the way price action I see on gold after the news, what I see that gold might be still going to be bearish, and if this is bearish now, then what it could do, that it could break this support now. Okay, and if it breaks this support, you can see this is the support here, and with that break, this is the resistance here, support here, support here, support here. Now with that support and resistance, if it breaks, then we could see that it's coming down to the daily 20 EMA. Okay, it could come back to the daily 20 EMA, which is a very important area of value. Okay, which is very possible to happen if it started to break. Very interesting. I just need a retest of this 20 EM on the 4 hour for the price and then to reject, because without testing the zone after coming here it might go up again. Okay, so from the 15 minutes we have seen a long bearish engulfer. Okay, so looks like that gold will trend in this direction on the lower time frame now. Okay, so there is the price to fail to create a new higher high, so we might see that this market now will trend in this direction and might come back to this support zone again, okay, where there is a neckline. Okay, so let's keep it and see what it is doing. Just need a strong liquidity graph for an entry, and then we'll jump on an entry. GBP, USD, absolutely buy position possibilities. Usdjpy, yeah. So you see that you can see gold when you enter. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's absolutely Schrödinger cat theory. Absolutely. Dollar yen. Very good. Thank you. Absolutely. Amazing. I think that gold will just drop now. The way it is moving. So daily, this is daily opening and close. Very interesting price action. I just need a liquidity. So looks like that. As you can see, back to back two stronger red candle from this zone, which is bearish price action. So gold, this is 15 minutes, and gold highly likely will drop now. Only very good. Okay, let it go up. If the price doesn't test this 20 EM on the 4 hour, which is pretty weird because this long wick has not been tested yet. And if I look at the daily, now, and as I mentioned, I need a liquidity gap from the top for selling, or a very strong liquidity gap from the bottom for buying. But looks like that the market is, yeah, you can see it's going up again. So if we see that very strong rejection from the top, then we can look for selling opportunity. This is still in a consolidation phase. Q. Okay, so looks like that it is moving in a sideway. Okay, the market is moving in a sideway. We saw that from this support zone now pushing high. Yeah, so it's going up now to test this level. Okay, until we see a clear direction, we may not be able to enter a trade. Okay, so until you see a clear direction, it's really moving. You see the Gbpusd is going up again. It's good for, so we are long on Gbpusd. Looks like that the market is now picking up. Okay, so we'll be looking to see, as you can see, gold still not giving a direction. Okay, what I think that we might find an entry after a strongly, so it's moving still in a sideway. Okay, after getting a direction, then we can find an entry, because until we see a clear direction, it's not a good idea to enter a trade. So I will still be looking to enter a trade on any of them. So Gbpusd, we are running on we are long on Gbpusd, and I think that it should be pushing high. And for the gold, it is still moving in a sideway. So as soon as I will find an entry, I will jump on a trade. Dollar CAD, we can see that it's coming, it's dropping. I think it will continue to drop, dollar CAD. So yeah, let's see how it does. And once I will find an entry, I will jump on a trade. And due to the time limit, I need to end this session. Hopefully that, guys, you enjoyed, and I will still keep looking all the New York session. Once I will find an entry, I will jump on a trade. And yeah, if you want to trade this with me and also learn our strategy, there is a link in the description. You can visit us, join us to become an independent, professional, profitable trader. And hopefully that you found value in this session. I will come again live twice tomorrow, and also any opportunity coming in the market, I will keep eye on. Tomorrow also there are some good news coming. As you can see, dollar news released tomorrow. AUD news coming up. So any trade on AUD we will be looking at as soon as it arises. yeah, I'll look forward to have the best trade possible for me and for the students. So if you want to be here, also there is a link in the description. AUD USD looks like that will move to the upside as there is a news coming up. And with that being said, I'm gonna end this session. If anyone looking for a regulated broker, also there is a link in the description here for Eva Trade. You can join Eva Trade using our link. It will give you 40% welcome bonus using the code. So with that said, thank you very much. I'll come again twice live tomorrow, and I'll see you then. And if you miss me, visit the website, use the